50 million baht government budget disappears into thin air, possessing 5 meth pills to be considered drug dealing in Thailand, and more rains heading to Thailand this weekend. All that and more coming right up in today's program. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha urged Deputy Prime Minister Prawit Wongsuwan to investigate the disappearance of a 50 million baht government budget. Prime Minister Prayut attended the cabinet meeting at the Parliament House on Tuesday to discuss the flood situation across the country. At the end of the meeting, the Deputy Minister of Finance, Santi Prompat, suggested Prime Minister Prayut compensate residents affected by the flood to encourage and make people happy. The Prime Minister agreed with Mr. Santi's opinion. He said government officials should visit each area and see what the people want. Each official should take care of the needs and complaints, but avoid promising residents any compensation. Officials were encouraged to report back to the cabinet and discuss a suitable budget. General Prayut revealed that he received a complaint from a tobacco farmer when he went to Phetchabun province last week on Thursday. The farmer asked about the 50 million baht compensation they were promised. General Prayut returned to Bangkok and found that the budget had been approved, but the affected farmers had not received it. He urged Deputy Prime Minister Prawit to investigate. According to local news agency, Deputy Prime Minister Prawit refused to answer media questions about the budget. He left the parliament and rushed to his car. Meanwhile, Justice Minister gave an interview with the Thai media and said the budget was not his responsibility, but he would help to investigate the issue. He also added he was confident that the money was not lost and that the relevant government department responsible will be able to explain it. Thailand abstains in UN vote condemning Russia's illegal referenda in Ukraine. A general view shows voting results during a UN General Assembly emergency meeting to discuss Russian annexations in Ukraine at the UN headquarters in New York City on October 12. Thailand has abstained, as did China and India, in a vote on the UN resolution not to recognize the 4 regions of Ukraine which Russia has claimed, following referenda held late last month. The UN General Assembly passed a resolution by a large majority on Wednesday, demanding that Moscow reverse course on its attempted illegal annexation of parts of Ukraine. The results were 143 member states in favor, with 5 voting against and 35 abstentions. The countries voting against were Belarus, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Nicaragua, Russia, and Syria. The resolution now passed in the Assembly calls on all states, the UN, and international organizations not to recognize any of Russia's annexation claims and demands the immediate reversal of its annexation declaration. On Monday, the UN rejected Russian efforts to hold a secret ballot on the matter. A majority of member countries elected to hold the vote in public. Thailand also abstained in a vote to suspend Russia from UN Human Rights Council in April this year, citing inclusivity. In March, Thailand did, however, vote to condemn Russia's aggression in Ukraine. Now, possessing 5 meth pills might soon be considered drug dealing in Thailand. According to Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha, he suggests making changes to the law so that anyone possessing 5 or more meth pills should be considered a drug dealer and therefore serve a much longer prison sentence. The comments came after Prime Minister General Prayut declared a war on drugs in response to the mass killings at a daycare center in Nong Bualampu province in northeast Thailand on Thursday. No drugs were detected in the killer's system, but he did have a history of meth abuse. The former police sergeant was sacked from the force over his drug use and was facing trial in court on drug charges. Meth-induced violent crimes hit Thailand headlines every day. The synthetic drug is so readily available and cheap that it has become the top drug of choice in Thailand and elsewhere in Southeast Asia. According to a report by the UN, more than 1 billion meth pills were seized in East and Southeast Asia last year. In Thailand, meth pressed into pills and mixed with caffeine is known as yaba or crazy drug. Yaba is dirt cheap as 10 baht per pop in some places, and generally sells for a price of about 30 baht. Crystal meth is known as ice in Thailand and is also cheap, but it is not as prevalent as its pressed caffeine-infused counterpart.
Thinking of investing, but don't know where to start? Ever heard of AAAFX?
What is AAAFX?
Good question. Look no further than AAAFX, your choice for trading and investing. Low commissions and spread with fast execution. They're trustworthy and have been offering services since 2008. You can invest using various deposit methods including crypto with negative balance protection and 100% matching deposit bonus. Choose AAAFX and enter the lucrative market of trading. Visit AAAFX.com.
Now some more rains are heading into Thailand. Thunderstorms and heavy rains are forecast to sweep the northeast and central Thailand on Saturday and Sunday due to the influence of a cyclone that is moving towards Vietnam and will make landfall on Friday. It's said the storm is expected to be named Nasat, according to the rotating list of tropical cyclones in the western North Pacific Ocean. The storm will be downgraded into a depression as it moves through Laos on Saturday and later become a low-pressure cell on Sunday. This condition will cause thunderstorms and heavy rains in several provinces in the northeast and central region this weekend. It is advised that people to closely follow the Thai Meteorological Department weather forecasts. The department, however, has not mentioned the cyclones in its 7-day weather forecast issued on Tuesday. The forecast only said that active low-pressure cell over eastern Philippines is expected to move into South China Sea and near the southern Vietnamese coast from Thursday to Friday, and said that as a consequence, more rains are expected on Friday and Saturday in the northeast, the east and the central region, including Bangkok and its vicinity, with isolated heavy showers in the lower northeast. Thai university rankings has slid, according to Times Higher Education report. It says that Thailand universities slide in rankings, with Singapore coming out on top in Southeast Asia. Thailand's ranking were lower than those of tertiary institutions in Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, and the Philippines, and also Brunei. The report listed the kingdom's 4 best universities in the 800 to 1,000 band: Chulalongkorn University, King Mongkut University of Technology Thonburi, Mae Phá Luang University, and Mahidol University. However, those universities saw their positions dropping from last year, when Mae Phá Luang and Mahidol University were ranked in a higher group of 600 to 800. For this year, Chiang Mai was the only university in the 1,000 to 1,200 group, while 5 others were grouped in the 1,200 to 1,500 cluster. Those 5 were Khon Kaen University, King Mongkut University of Technology North Bangkok, Prince of Songkhla University, Suranari University of Technology, and Thammasat University. Singapore has continued to prove its university rankings as 2 of its university-led members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The National University of Singapore also ranks in the world's top 20 at 19th place. Nanyang Technological University jumped 10 spots from last year to 36. The Chief Knowledge Officer of Times Higher Education noted that Singapore is a growing world powerhouse for excellence in higher education. He went on to say that the city-state is a beacon for the ASEAN nations. However, other ASEAN nations are really falling behind the global competition, giving cause for concern. As the University Brunei Darussalam in Brunei was the only higher education institution in Southeast Asia that ranked in the 300 to 350 grouping, the Chief Knowledge Officer comments rang true. And that's a wrap for today's show. For daily updates, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you again at next week and more headlines around Thailand. สวัสดีค่ะ